Welcome back, everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor, and I'm Jewel, and we're on the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map, which we're pretty far away from most of the other stuff, but we're going to be working on this side. This is a place, I believe it's a pizzeria place, but we're going, or a pizza place or restaurant, we're going to go ahead and get started and build next door to this place, and we're going to put in a building and make it a surf place, a surf shop, but I might do something in Blender later on, potentially make a surfboard or something. Or if I find any, maybe that's already around on a map, like Elm Creek or somewhere, I'll throw it in here. But for now, we're just going to put a building here. It's not going to have a sign or anything. And later, I can make a sign for the surf shop or whatever the case. I already have a building selected. I'm going to hit Control D as in dog and let it duplicate that building. And then I'm going to hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and then I'm going to spin it around so it faces the front. And sometimes you just have to repurpose buildings, even though some of the other buildings have been used, unless you're going to make a ton of stuff in Blender, which I don't really want to do for this. I will later on, I'll be making different things in Blender. I've made a lot in Blender already, but for now, on building stuff, I really don't want to do that. I just want to move forward with the map and get it going. So we're going to make this a surf shop. So we're just going to come in and put this down to, let's see, let's go look at the doors. That's what you got to look at. See if the door jamb is where it needs to be. So I'm gonna bring it down and just see if I can get it kind of close but not too far, something like that, and see what the rest of it looks like, because you want it to be, see, that's kind of high up for somebody driving into a building, I would say. A little bump is okay, but I don't want it to be too much. Check the rest of these doors. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope you've been enjoying all the tutorials. And I hope that you can get started on a map or an edit or something. We're going to adjust this ground a little bit. Uh-oh. See, we got to adjust the ground. But the building is where I want it. So, I'm good with the building height or level. So now we're just going to worry about the ground. Alright. So, I think that's good. We're going to have a parking lot here for this place. All I need here is a little bit of a drive to get it around the back. Parking's going to probably be over here. I think I have plenty of room for a um, sign or whatever. I don't necessarily need to move it further back, I don't think. I think it's, once I get the road, I think that's going to be okay. So let's go ahead and pick this level, hit the sculpt mode, put this roll this up till we get to the top where the brush is, and we'll put it on square. I like it on there, and then we'll put it on replace. And what you're going to do is you're going to hover over the area and the level of the area that you want to make and replace the rest of the area down to or up to. So you're going to hit Control R as in Richard in a spot where you want the ground to be that level. So then it grabs that information and it brings it to that. See how it knocks that wall, that hill down? So it brings it down to that level. So we're just going to make it go far enough back that we got something in the back here. We're going to bring it right up and go all across the building just to make sure the rest of it's situated. Then we're going to take, and we can turn that off for a second, roll over here and look, and we can go ahead and do this side over here a little bit further. So let's do it a little bit further. We're going to fix all that, so don't worry about that road. That road is not final. Uh, this stuff is not final, so I'm going to go a little bit further just for the sake of the, because it's going to have to go. There we go. Alright, and now we're going to hit the right mouse button because I have it on smooth, as you can see over here in the sculpting area. And we're just going to smooth this down, and we'll fix this road later. Don't worry about the road. I'm building as I go, so the road will come in a little bit. Don't worry. Not on this episode, but soon enough. So don't worry about that. You just go with the flow, and we're just gonna get it kind of situated. You don't want a ton of work later, but you don't want to do every single bit of something that comes up. You want to just keep moving forward. Okay, so now we can paint an area, and before we do, I'm gonna, excuse me, click on this building and zero it out. Make this rotate Y 0 and see what happens. Uh, that that lines it up with this road, because this road, once I do it, is going to be at that type of an angle. So then it's going to be more square, so that when you click on a brush, see how it'll square up? See how that's square? And if you put it up against the edge of that building, you'll see that it's square. It makes it hit right, so when you paint, it makes it so much easier to paint. If you leave things crooked, I mean, you can, I mean, you don't want everything to be square, obviously, but if it's up against the road, it's okay if it's square, you know. And then you can angle some buildings if they're on the corner or whatever. You want some detail, but depending on where you're at, you sometimes want things to be square for the ease of painting and all that stuff. Now, obviously, some of this stuff's still going to change. I'm going to probably put more of a beach area back here. I hadn't fully decided yet, so we got one there and we have one there, so we'll see. And we're going to fix this paint. The road's going to be fixed too. Don't worry about all that. So now we're going to paint an area here. Probably, let me see what we painted over here. Okay, we put asphalt over here. Let's see, what do we want for the surf shop? You could either do the same as this one, or we could do concrete, or we could do gravel, or whatever. For now, I might just do gravel, but I don't know. I might do concrete on this one. We can change it later if I decide it doesn't look the way I want it. When I add these little areas like this, I'm not focused on finalizing it. I'm not focused on decorating and painting everything. I'm just giving something to distinguish the size and area that I'm wanting, and then we'll move on from there. We'll decorate everything later. We're going to come in and do parking lots. We're going to come in and put flowers and trees and all the little grass spots. And so when I paint a whole section concrete, it doesn't mean it's going to end up being all concrete. It's more just a distinction of where it's at. You know, it's not really a finalizing thing. I'm not worried about finalizing it right now. My main concern is marking it out, getting something placed down. I'll fix the front of that in a minute, so don't worry about that. We got to make it enough room for parking. And remember, in Giants Editor, it looks smaller than in game. So when you get in game, it's a lot more. This is going to be way bigger looking. So we're going to hit Control R on this road to get the road kind. It gives it the one you just had on the road, so it gives us that texture. Then we can adjust this. I guess we'll hit Control R over here and bring up. Went too far. Hit Control R back over here. Roll this down a little, and we're gonna turn it so we can get over here better. Alrighty. Alright, let's see what we got here. It should be pretty good. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong thing. See that? Undo, 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 undo. I accidentally put it on sculpt mode. So see it? Alright, now we should be back to paint. I hope. If not, we'll have to smooth this out later. Just be careful when you're hitting it, because sometimes you hit it on the wrong thing. You need to put it on the right thing. So we're going to bring the concrete further over, so we'll make sure it's on concrete, and we'll bring it over just a little bit further. And that's probably going to be as far as we bring it. And we may make it less, depending on what it looks like in game. You can always run in game and just check, so that you know. And then, you know, we're not worried about everything being perfect right now because we're not ready to decorate. So it's all going to change later. So it's not something you got to worry about trying to get perfect. Alright, so now we're going to have a parking lot. We'll be driving in probably on this side as well as the other side. So we'll have a way in over here, maybe for delivery trucks, and then they'll come back here. We'll probably make it go back a hair bit further. This dirt is not important. That was me marking out an area. This is not final stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. Just paint over whatever you need to paint over. We'll say the parking lot's gonna get at least half that size bigger, and just kind of just go back a little further. Give them enough room to get around in there, and for maybe putting some dumpsters and other things that you need in there, because you know they gotta have that. And then on this side we can just take from the grass and we can paint the grass up to there. We can knock all that out if we want, however we want to do it. It's really up to you. We're probably going to have beach stuff over this way, sand. I might even make a trail that comes up here to the surf shop, that where people walk down a beach sandy area to get to here. Potentially I'll have to see how far it is from the beach itself when I do it, but just like they walked to the surf shop through a beach trail, you know what I mean, just like a little trail. And so it may be sand, and I thought about making this sand as well, but we'll see. I don't know. I want to be able to do the parking and stuff too, so sand ain't gonna be too good for that. But all this is gonna change as we go, little by little. The beach areas aren't finished fully, obviously, and but that is our surf shop. And we can bring in some garbage cans. We can paint our parking lot out here. It's not going to be a huge parking lot because it's just a little shop. It's not meant to be, you know, nothing too big or crazy. So we don't need but like a drive here that's going to come around the building, and then some parking, double parking out here probably, something like that. And then we'll have a sign. We're going to have one on the building probably, and maybe one big sign somewhere, maybe here or somewhere. And we can decorate like with grass and whatever in the front. You know, we can make it have all the green and the flowers and whatever we need for this particular place. But that's our surf shop, and I hope you enjoyed. This is just something simple and short. Um, like I say, when you're building, it's good to just get the things in their spots. Then you can do all the little detail work. Because otherwise you'll be constantly doing this, and then you're not getting everything kind of picked out. So go on and pick something out, get it down. It don't have to be perfect right away. Then you can come back down this line, and we can do garbage cans, and then we can go to the next thing, and however you need to do it. But you could do it either which way. It's it's not vital that you pick. You could paint all this first and then do that, but I prefer doing it this way. So, but I think we got this all set. We should still have our concrete there. Everything looks good. But I hope you enjoyed. I think that we're gonna start building up stuff this way too, a little bit more and a little more down this line. We'll try to fill this road up a little bit better, and then we'll move on to something else. But I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.